Okay, shalom everybody. This week's Parashat, like we said, is Parashat Tavo. Parashat Tavo, we said the highlight was the Tochecha. Moshe is rebuking the Jewish nation. He's giving them brachot, he's giving them klalot, blessings, cursings. If you follow Hashem's path, then I'm going to give you bracha. If you don't, I'm going to give you curses. The Baalei Mesorah, they come after the time of the Gemara, they counted certain words in the Torah, how much they came up in the Torah, and they made up drashot, certain things we could learn from them. So they counted that the word verachel comes up 5 times in the Torah, and Rachel. So that word, Vav, Resh, Chet, Lamed, Verachel, comes up 5 times. And they say each one of the 5 times that it comes up is going to be a remez, is going to be a hint for another time in the Jewish history. So the first place where it comes up is Verachel Ba'im Atzon. It says Rachel came with the flock of Lavan's flock, which is in reference to Hashem bringing the Jewish nation to Eretz Yisrael. Hashem is like the leader of the flock, the shepherd, and we are like the sheep. So Hashem brought us to Israel. The second place, it says Verachel is Verachel Haita Yifat Toar Vifat Mareh, which means Rachel was beautiful of form and beautiful of appearance. So what's this in reference to? When the Jews came in, they came to Eretz Yisrael, they became known all over the world. Everyone knew the Jewish people, they have their own country already, all the Shvatim, they built the Beit HaMikdash, they even had a king already, Shlomo Melech, and Shlomo Melech built the Beit HaMikdash. And at that point, the pinnacle of the Jewish history, they were known as Vifat Toar. In Hashem's eyes, they were beautiful. And they were Vifat Mareh, and beautiful of appearance in the eyes of everyone else. So they were at the highest point. Then it says, Yiftach et Rachma Verachel Akara. The third pasuk where it says Verachel is where Hashem said, I opened up the womb of Leah to allow her to have kids, but the womb of Rachel I kept closed. How is this in reference to the Jews? Because in this case, being barren is good. Because Hashem said, I opened up the womb of the Goyim, allowing them to give birth to kids which are going to go to Gehinam. All of them are going to go Goyim. They're going to do all the Avirot, and they're going to go to Gehenna. But Rachel, I made you barren from ever having such kids. Meaning Hashem told the Jews, you Jews, I made you barren from having kids that are Rishayim. And the 5th place where it says Verachel, says Verachel Lachat Tetrafim. It said, and Rachel, I'm sorry, that's the 4th place. It said Rachel took the idols. Whose idols? Lavan. But over here, it's in reference to the Jewish people. It means Rachel, the Jewish people, started following after the ways of the Goyim. They started taking their idols, worshipping whatever they worship, following whatever they follow, and because of this, they went off the derech. And we all know when you go off the derech, like Parashat Tavo says, Shem is going to bring all the curses upon you. As for shalom. And it says, V'achar nigash Yosef verachel v'ishtachvu. And the 5th place where it says verachel is by Esav. It says, and they bow down to Esav. And at the end of the day, when we're not serving Hashem, and we're going after the trends of the Goyim, after the non-Jews, that's at the end of the day going to make us bow down to them and be servants to them. Like it says in this week's Parsha, we will sell ourselves as slaves to the Goyim. And after Moshe Rabbeinu finished all this rebuke, he went through the 5 steps, the last step, the galut, the exile that we're in right now because we're not following Hashem's ways, we have to fix ourselves. Moshe tells the people, Ushmartem et brit azot. Keep this brit, this covenant between you guys and Hashem. Follow His path. Leman taskilu bechom aseidechem. It's not the pasuk exactly, but it means in order for you guys to succeed for whatever you do, you gotta follow Hashem. And he says, if you hold this brit, if you hold this covenant, then you're going to succeed in everything. Right after this is this last pasuk in the parsha. It says, "Atem nitzavim kulchem hayom." Right, this is the next parsha. Nitzavim. It says in next week's parsha, you are all standing in front of Hashem in order to pass into a brit. What does this mean? Hashem made a pact with the Jews. He said, I am going to be like your, it's a good way to call it, not husband and wife, but we're going to be together forever. Yeah? I will be your God, you will be my nation. And Hashem made this pact with the Jews. Why did he do it? He said, because I promised to your forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yakov. Because I promised to them, I'm going to give them, I told them I'm never going to abandon the Jews. So the question is this the same brit, covenant, in the next parsha and this parsha? This parsha says, keep this brit, keep this promise between me and you, that anytime you follow my path, I give you bracha, I give you success. You don't follow my path, curses. And the second covenant is, I'm never going to leave you. So what's the connection the Mefarshim make? They say, how is Hashem going to ensure that we're never going to be detached? By forcing us to keep the Torah. By forcing us to keep the Torah, by basically, like a little kid, you make him walk, so he's walking in a straight path, he goes a little bit to the right. You push him like this. Push him like this. So Hashem is guiding us. Hashem is guiding us the right way. So in order for us to stick together, Hashem made a pact. It's the same brit. It's the same exact promise. He said, as long as you follow my ways, you will have success. And in order to stick to me forever, you have to go in the path of Torah mitzvot. So the question is, why do these two psukim have to be right next to each other? The Zera Shimshon asks, what is one pasuk doing next to the next? There's always a reason why you have two psukim next to each other. So he says, in the end of Parashat Tavo, there's a question. The question is the Gemara in Kiddushin, Lamed Tet Amud Bet. It says, Schar mitzvot b'hai alma leka. What does this mean? The reward for a mitzvah is not in this world. You could do all the mitzvot, but you're not going to get rewarded in this world. When are you going to get rewarded? The world to come. So, question is, if Hashem said you follow the Brit, you follow my Torah, I'm going to give you success. How could he give you success? If we just learned, Schar mitzvah by Amaleka. Everyone hears the question? How could Hashem tell you, I will make you succeed in everything you do if you follow my Torah? But then the Gemara in Kiddushin says, there's no such thing as a reward in this world for doing a mitzvah. You put on tefillin today? Yes. You get reward for it? You get reward for it? You daven shacharit? You learn Torah? You're here right now. You're learning. Are you going to get reward for it?
How do you know?
How you know? I don't know. If you're learning, you might get it. I don't know.
No, I'm serious. How do you know?
How do you know? In the next world.
How do you know?
Oh, that, I don't know. You have to listen to Rabbi Eli.
That's the next thing. I'm not actually learning. I'm just listening to you.
Listening, so there's a rule. I have a question. When you listen to the Megillah, does it count?
Yeah.
Why? You're not saying the words. There's a rule called Shomea Keoneh. A person who listens is as if he says it. So as long as you're listening, then Hashem is going to count it as if you're saying the Torah. So the question is, question is, if you are learning right now, you did mitzvah right now, Hashem says, I'm going to give you success for following my Torah. But schar mitzvah by Amaleka. It's impossible to get rewarded in this world. That's the first question. Second question. If the only reason Hashem said, I'm going to make you follow my Torah mitzvot, in order for me and you to always be connected. You will be my nation, I will be your God. You know what the Jews are going to say? What's the reason you did this? Because you made a promise to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yakov that you're never going to abandon us. This promise is the only reason you want us to be together. And they're going to say, you didn't make the Torah for our benefit. You made the Torah for your benefit. You made this covenant between us and you just to fulfill your own promises. You don't need us. You're not doing it for our benefit. You're doing it for yourself. So these are the two questions. So each pasuk answers the other pasuk. Hashem is telling them, I didn't make the Torah for my own benefit. I don't need the Torah. I can fulfill my promise different ways. I made the Torah for you, in order for you to succeed in everything you do. What's the two proofs? The Gaon Avodah Zarah says, Kol ha'osek beTorah mutztachim b'nechasav. anyone who devotes his time to Torah, he sets aside time. Every day, every week, certain amount of time, I'm going to learn. And he sticks by it. Hashem says, the Gemara says, in Avodah Zarah, anything you do, you're going to have success. You have stocks, it's going to go up. Your real estate's going to go up. What's the question?
What if, let's say, you have a set time, you
Yeah.
go and you learn.
Okay.
What? You don't feel like doing it.
You don't feel it?
Like in your head, because for example, I used to learn every single day, and it was like, I feel like I was going, sitting, and leaving. I don't really feel like,
So two things. Rashi in Brachot, Vav says, the biggest mitzvah when you come to a shir is the walking there. Why? Because when you walk to the shir, and at the end of the day, like what you said, maybe you're not going to listen. Maybe you're not going to understand what's flying.
I feel like it was a waste of time.
And you feel like it's a waste of time. That's why Rashi says, the greatest schar, you're going to go up to Shammai, you're going to see, what are you going to get schar for? The drive over here. The drive over here, every time you stepped on the gas, if you sped, you came here faster, so you didn't get as much seconds in. But every time you spend time getting here, you're going to get a mitzvah. That's what Rashi says. So even the smallest acts, even if you didn't listen, even if you didn't get anything out of it, you're still going to get a big mitzvah.
It's not considered a waste of time.
It's not considered a waste of time. And plus, if you
I don't
actually...
think it's a waste of time, because I'm not doing anything. I feel like I'm treating myself. I'm being
Okay.
serious.
But, if you try, Hashem says, I'm going to make it as if you did it. Right now, let's say you want to listen to
You
the...
go with the client for 50 minutes and he doesn't buy any left. That's a waste of time.
No,
You didn't get anything.
I'm like,
What?
I felt like I did absolutely nothing.
You did nothing with the client for 50 minutes.
Same thing, I feel like
No, this at least you have something.
He's right. Listen. He's saying, if you come to the class, you come to the shiur, and you try to understand what's going on, even if you come out, you don't know what's flying, as long as you put the effort in, you put the effort in. Hashem's going to give you a reward for that. So Hashem says, if a person is osek beTorah, it doesn't say a person who learns Torah, reads the book, listens, that's not what you're going to get success in. That's not how you get success. How do you get success? What's the definition of osek? Everyone heard that? Toil. To toil in it. Not on your phone half the time. Not, you're actually trying to figure it out. You're asking questions. Yeah?
Let me ask something. Let's say your father forces you to go learn. Do you still get the same thing?
You still...
Even more mitzvah.
Actually-
And learning.
Actually, you get 3 mitzvot. You get 3. 1, you get kibud av, respecting your parents. 2, the Torah says, learning. Number 3 is you get a much bigger mitzvah of learning. Because it's much harder to do something when you're commanded to do it.
Even like on the way there, you're like thinking like, yo, oh my God, why is he forcing me to? And then even when you get there, like, yo, why am I here?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
No, I'm just saying. Is it the same as
So,
one?
no, you get more than everyone in the room.
Even
Why?
if your mind isn't like,
You get more than everyone in the
I
room.
feel like, bro, I don't want to be here right now. I want to leave right now.
boom.
Listen.
Guys, questions for Rabbi Avram.
Yeah.
I say that.
The Ashkafa topics goes to him.
This is the weekly parsha.
Yeah.
Zera Shimshon.
So he explains another proof. Another proof is from Tehillim. In Tehillim it says, Ki im b'torat Adonai chefzo. If you desire Hashem's Torah, if you want to learn the Torah, what does Hashem do? He fulfills your desires. By just coming and setting aside time for shiur, every night you're going to learn, you make a chavruta, you listen to shiur. Hashem says, any desire you have, I'm going to fulfill. You want a nice car? I'll give you a nice car. You want a nice house? I'll give you a nice house. You want a nice family? I'll give you a nice family. But in order to do that, you have to be osek beTorah. When you're at the shiur, when you're learning with your chavruta, you have to be 100% into it. And that's how you're going to get the mitzvah. But the question is that not considered schar? Is that not considered reward at the end of the day? We said schar mitzvah by Amalekah. So the Zera Shimshon explains, no, it's not. There's something called reward, and there's something called an automatic reaction. By being what? By being connected to Hashem, the source of all good, by just saying, I'm a religious Jew, I follow the Torah, I follow the mitzvot. By doing that, you're automatically connected to Him. By being connected to Him, you're going to bring the success onto yourself. The reward you're going to get in the next world. But just being attached to Hashem, you're going to have all the bracha come into your life. Because you're attached to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. the owner of the whole entire world, the one that's in charge, the Melech HaOlam. So really, is it considered schar mitzvah by alma? Is it called reward in this world? It's not reward. It's an automatic reaction by being connected to Hashem. He says, I will taskilu. I will give you success in everything you do. Just being atem nitzavim kulchem hayom. Just by standing there, Moshe said, you're already connected to Hashem. You are Jewish, you're connected to Hashem. You
know how I think it says that you can force Shabbat on someone? Like you can push them to keep Shabbat?
Yeah.
So how does that go the same way where if someone forces you to learn Torah, it's considered a mitzvah? Like it's a good thing to do. How does that work?
Well, you could force someone to keep Shabbat. It's just the person might not learn to keep it on his own if you do that.
You can't push on someone.
Exactly. If you push on someone, he's going to keep the first time, he's going to keep the second time. But then if he doesn't really feel it, if he didn't do it out of his own will, he's not going to want it.
So why is pushing Torah on someone?
Why is Torah different? Because when you learn the Torah, you realize that you're not living your life correctly. You realize that there's a path that you have to take. If you never learn, you're never going to get anywhere. How are you supposed to become a doctor if you never go to college?
Right? Because keep Shabbat if you never try to keep it.
Exactly. Shabbat is different. Shabbat is a command. Shabbat is, I'm commanding you to do something. So a command, you're not going to learn anything really from the command. You're going to force the guy once, twice, and that's it. But if you force the guy to go to shiur, to learn, to look at Hashem's Torah, open up what's inside, then what's this person going to do? He's going to change his mindset. The Torah takes a person and it makes his mentality better. So like we just gave the doctor example. You tell a doctor to go to college, then he's going to be able to become a doctor. He's going to be able to learn the things. But if you just tell him go to a medical room and start an operation, could he do it? No, you can't do it. Same thing. There's a command and the Torah is like the guidebook. Yeah? So he says...
If you get smart, let's say I go to shiur.
Yeah?
And I play on my phone.
Play on your phone.
Listening.
So you heard what we said to David? We said you get the mitzvah of walking. Yeah? As long as you walk to the shiur, you got a mitzvah for that. If you try to listen and you didn't understand, you got a mitzvah for that. If you're 100% spaced out, you're playing on your phone, then you don't get the mitzvah for the learning, you get the mitzvah just to walk to the shiur. Being in a Beit Midrash, just being in the room, automatically gives you a mitzvah. That's the way it works. Now, a different parsha,
Also, you have to use your intellect. If you're coming to learn, you have to try to, they have this thing, fake it till you make it, but not fake it. Really spend some time, a few minutes, whatever it is.
the parsha, a few weeks ago, said, Vaya Yakov tishmeon et kol mishpatim ha'eleh. Said, if you listen to my commands, all the mishpatim, I will give you reward. It's another mitzvah in the Torah, another line in the Torah that says, I'm going to give you reward. So there was the same question over there that many commentators asked. How could you have schar in that world, in this world? So he brings down a second answer. Second answer, how am I able to have schar?
Translate schar.
Schar is reward for the mitzvahs you do. Any mitzvah you do, you get reward. It's called schar. So Rashi over there explains, what is Yakov? My name, Yakov, yeah? What's the root word? Why is Yakov called Yakov? Exactly. What is Yakov? Exactly. What's the heel? It's the bottom part of the body. It's the part of the body that the whole day you're stepping on it. The whole day you're stepping on your heel. So Rashi explains, which mitzvah are you going to get rewarded for? The mitzvahs that people step on their heels with. They don't care about the mitzvah. What do I need to learn? No one cares about learning. What do I care about embarrassing a person? It's whatever. No one sees it as a mitzvah, yeah? No one sees embarrassing a person as a mitzvah. All the light mitzvah that no one cares about, Rashi says that's what the Torah is saying you're going to get reward for. You're going to get reward for the mitzvahs that people don't care about. Everyone around you doesn't learn. You're like, you know what? No one cares about learning. Let me go and learn. You're going to get rewarded in this world for that mitzvah. That's what Rashi says. Rashi explains that. So the question was, why is that not considered schar mitzvah b'hai alma? Why is that not considered getting reward for the mitzvah that you do in this world? So the answer is, there's two types of mitzvahs. There's a mishpat, there's a chok. Anyone know the difference? Mishpat is a law, it's like a law that's basically, you could think of yourself. It's called logic-based. Would you ever think to steal?
No.
To have a society where stealing is allowed, where killing is allowed. No one would ever think that. It's a law that you don't need Hashem to tell you it. you're going to do it anyway. A chok is more of a law that's 100% spiritual. Hashem said, do something, you do it. Why do you every morning put a black box on your arm, wrap yourself with a wool blanket? What are you doing? Yeah? You're going to think, people think you're crazy. What are you doing? Why are you like shaking fruits and vegetables in a hut outside during Sukkot? What's pshat in that? So it's 100% spiritual mitzvah. So he says for the mishpatim, for the laws that are logic based, they're applicable to the world can't survive without it. You would have instituted, if you were the king, if you were in charge, you would have made these laws anyway. So those mitzvot, since they're part of the world, Hashem is able to send a fraction of your reward into this world for doing them. But the mitzvot that are 100% spiritual, they don't accept the currency down here. It's like going to Africa, a place where they still hunt and they build huts, and you go to them with the $1,000, American dollars, and you say, okay, I want to buy meat. They'll be like, what do I need your paper? What is this, paper? What do I need it? Give me some meat. Let's make a trade. You give me wood, I give you this. Same thing over here. Even though American dollars is much better than whatever they have over there, you can't accept the currency of 100% spiritual mitzvah over here. It doesn't work. So, the pasuk, when it said, Vaya ekev tishmeun, when you listen to my mitzvot, which ones? Et ha-mishpatim ha'eleh. The mishpatim, that's the ones you're going to get rewarded for. And Rashi points out, there's two types of mishpatim. There's mishpatim like killing. Does anyone care about killing? Everyone cares about killing, yeah? No one can kill, no one can steal. It's part of the society. So the mitzvot that everyone takes seriously, that are logic-based, serious mitzvot, those mitzvot are not going to be the ones that are going to give you reward. Which ones are going to cause the reward to come to you? The mitzvot that are logical-based, but no one really cares about. Which mitzvah would you say that is? Lashon hara, embarrassing people. All of these mitzvot, people don't really care about. People speak Lashon hara all day. Including me. Everyone speaks Lashon hara. Says the Gemara, no one can escape Lashon hara. Because the whole day, what are we doing? We're talking about this guy, that guy. You don't even realize, exactly. That's why they say, think before you speak. In order to make it that you won't speak Lashon hara, you got to always think, whatever I'm going to say, is it going to hurt somebody? Is it going to embarrass somebody? And by doing this is the mitzvah, these type of mitzvot, the one that are logic-based. It makes sense why you shouldn't do it. But no one really cares about it. Rashi says, this is the mitzvah that's going to help you and bring you reward in this world. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for your retirement plan up in Olam Haba. You get immediate results. And this now explains the pshat and schar mitzvah by al maleka. We can understand what does it mean you won't have reward in this world with both pshatim that we learned, both explanations. It means being attached to Hashem automatically gives you reward. And the mitzvot that will also give you reward are the mitzvot that are logic-based, that no one cares about. Like we said, Lashon hara, and you can think about the others throughout your day. Those type of mitzvot are going to give you the schar in this world. And Bezrat Hashem, we're able to bring down the bracha of this parsha, not have to see the klala ever in our lives. We're going to fully accept the Torah mitzvot on ourselves. And by doing so, Hashem will bring us all the bracha in our lives. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen. Amen.